Hey guys! So today's video is going to be 5 beauty brands that I keep coming back to. What I mean by that is everybody likes to try new things. You know, there are constantly new things coming out all the time, and it's fun to try new things. But there are certain brands and certain products that I just keep coming back to even though they aren't new in my collection. But just as a whole, there are certain brands that I don't think I will ever stray that far from, regardless of how many new brands come out. All right, let's dive right into this so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm not going to go in any particular order. I have some examples of things on the table in front of me. But it was today's makeup look that really inspired this video because it got me thinking about what I reach for, like when I'm not reviewing a specific product or testing out new makeup. If I'm just doing my makeup for the fun of it or using the products that I really would like to be using rather than just, something I'm testing out. Okay, the first one that I see here is Urban Decay. I love Urban Decay. I would probably buy Urban Decay way more often if the price point was lower. But, it's kind of like a mid-range brand, and I love their products, but yeah, they're a little bit out of my price range, so I buy them when I can, but I really don't buy as many Urban Decay things as I would like to. There are a lot of releases that Urban Decay come out with that I would love to get, but I just can't spend that much on one product all the time. It has to be more of like a treat type thing. So the products that I have on today by Urban Decay that I really love are the Urban Decay lipstick in the shade Naked. This is what I'm wearing on my lips today, and this is such a beautiful color. I love it so much, and it just seems like it goes with everything. Like if you don't know what lipstick to wear, or if you, just want something easy, this is a fantastic color. I also really like Back Talk, which is more of a mauve shade that leans a little bit cooler and a little bit more pink, but this is more of a neutral and, like I said, goes with everything. And the liner that I'm wearing with that is the Naked lip liner. The Urban Decay lip liners are awesome, and like I said, if I had more money, I would definitely buy more of these. I have this one to wear with the Naked lipstick, and then I have which one do I wear with Back Talk? I think it's called Rush. Let me check. Yeah, I just double checked and it is called Rush. That's the one that I wear with Back Talk. And then this, nobody ever talks about this anymore because it's discontinued. But does anybody remember the Urban Decay Naked on the Run palette? This is called 50/50, and this is what I used as my brow bone highlight today. And, it's a brow bone highlight, so you can't really see it that well. But this is such a smooth, creamy, bright, perfect brow bone highlight shade. When I did my makeup today, I didn't want to use like one palette or one brand of eyeshadows. I deliberately pulled things in from different brands because I like doing that. To me, it's a way of using more of my collection instead of focusing on one specific item. So if you ever see this at like Nordstrom Rack or TJ Maxx or anything like that, it's a really nice palette, but especially that 50/50 shade is like the perfect brow bone highlight color. Okay, so those are the things that I happen to use from Urban Decay today. Another brand that I never stray very far from is MAC. I use the Painterly Paint Pot every single day. Nothing goes over eyeshadows better than MAC paint pots. They don't come in that many colors anymore because sadly MAC discontinued most of the shades, but I've used many of the paint pots. I've had so many of them over the years, and if you start off with this, if you have a similar skin tone to mine, every eyeshadow you use is going to go on beautiful over this at every price point. If you have warmer toned skin, then soft ochre would be a good way to go. But they also have a few that you can just wear on their own. As a matter of fact, one that I have never had that is on my mental wish list is Vintage Selection. Every time I go to the MAC counter, I look at that, I swatch a little bit of it on my hand. It is so beautiful. But the only reason why I don't buy it is I find that I prefer powder eyeshadows over creams or liquids. I just don't find myself reaching for my cream eyeshadows that much. But this is such a great base that I pretty much use it every single day. And then my MAC single eyeshadows, those, I've been collecting them for years, and I thought I had all of them, but there's a few colors that came out in the last year or two that I still don't have, but I would like to get eventually. But I have most of them, and there is a reason for that. The color selection, the selection of finishes, there's just so many things about the MAC eyeshadows that I love. It's classic. MAC eyeshadows are a classic. So I have a couple on today, and I figured I might as well point out what I have on. This is called Soba, and it is the most gorgeous light brown. But there's something really unique about this. I've never seen anything quite like this before. It's, I don't know, it's got a very unique finish to it. The color is really different. I have that on in the crease and in the outer parts of my lid. I know it's kind of hard to break down this look today because it's a very natural, neutral, everyday sort of wearable look. Those don't show up on camera that well. I love these kind of looks, but I don't do them that often because, yeah, you can't see the products that well. So this is just like a golden light brown. But I don't know, there's something, if you have this eyeshadow, you'll probably know what I mean. There's something about this that is just, I don't know, it's different than my other eyeshadow colors, my other eyeshadows that are like a light brown. It's really nice. If you are collecting MAC eyeshadows, you need Soba. And then this next one, if you have any MAC eyeshadows, you most likely have this because this is a lot of people's favorite. Naked Lunch is the other one that I have on. I started off by putting that all over my lids. And then, like I said, I've got the Soba on the outside part of my lids and in the crease. But yeah, Naked Lunch is, it's just such a basic staple. It's a very, very light, yeah, that's not going to show up. It's a very, very light, like peachy pink. It's just beautiful. Classic color. And then the next brand that I always come back to and don't really ever leave is Wet n Wild. You guys saw me do how many videos recently on their two newest launches, and I try to collect all their limited edition products, but I also buy a lot of the products from their permanent line. Every day when I do my mascara, I start with the Lash Renegade, and as it turns out, I found out completely by accident that this makes a fantastic primer. So I just put this on, and then whatever I'm using for mascara at that time over it, which right now happens to be Milk Makeup Kush mascara, and the mascara just looks and performs even better than it does without anything underneath it. So this makes a really great lash primer. So if you have, this is the purple one, and the purple gets covered up so you can't really see it. But I mean, look at my lashes. So if you have the regular one of this, or you wanted to try the purple to use once in a while, don't feel as if this would be an impractical buy, because if you don't feel like wearing purple mascara that day, you can just put it under your regular mascara and your mascara is going to work even better. I've gone back to using the Wet n Wild Photofocus Concealer. This is in the shade Light Ivory. I had this before, but I had it in the wrong shade, I think. And so I repurchased this recently, and I really, really like this. I have horrible, horrible deep indentations in my eye, underneath my eyes. This one doesn't look too bad today, but this one usually looks pretty bad. But there isn't anything that can be done about that other than get fillers, which I don't want to do for a lot of reasons, which we won't go into. And if you do that, you know, that's fine. But anyway, my point is that this is a really good concealer, and I feel like I can judge concealers even better than most people because I have these dark crevices under my eyes. So if you're looking for a really good, affordable concealer, the Wet n Wild Photofocus one is really good. And also the one they have that's like in stick form, it just says Megaglo Makeup Stick. That's actually really good too. It's just a little bit harder to blend because it's a thicker formula, but it is also very good. And then the highlighter that I'm wearing today is the Air highlighter from the Zodiac collection. Out of all the products that I bought from that Zodiac collection, this is the one I keep reaching for over and over again. Something about the shade of this just seems to go with so many looks that I do. So that's what I'm wearing for my highlighter. I didn't put it on that heavy today. I have it just very lightly across the top of my cheekbones. But if you happen to see the Zodiac collection at Walgreens or a CVS or something, trust me, this Air one is one that you will reach for over and over again. And it's just such a nice tone to this. You know, it's not like super warm or super cool. It's just like a very neutral shade or tone to it. It just really versatile. And then I do have on one shadow today from the Naked Truth palette. This is discontinued, and overall wasn't really that great of a palette, but this shade right here, the crease shade, I have on dragged underneath my eyeliner along the lower lash line, and I like that one in the palette. Some of these other shades are, these three right here are matte and they're kind of chalky, but I keep this palette around because I really like this crease shade. It applies nicely. It's a beautiful color. It's got a little bit of shimmer to it, but it's just really pretty and performs really nicely. So this was part of their permanent line until they revamped and got all those new palettes that they have now. The fourth brand that I want to talk about that I keep coming back to over and over again, and I don't think I'll ever lose interest in this brand, is Maybelline. Maybelline makes the best foundations. I don't think there's a foundation I've ever tried from Maybelline that I didn't love. They're all so good. Lately, I've been using the SuperStay Full Coverage Foundation. This is in the shade 120 Classic Ivory, and I pair that with the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. These two together, I just keep grabbing these two over and over and over again, even though I have a whole drawer full of other foundations and primers. I really like this. Super affordable, easy to find at just about every store you go to that has makeup. I also really, really like the matte, the Fit Me matte foundation. I used a whole bottle of that. I used every drop in the bottle. And, you know, that's really saying something because I have a large makeup collection. And, you know, for me to actually go through something and use something up is unusual. And I also liked a lot of their other foundations that I have used over the years. You just pretty much can't go wrong with any of their foundations. I really like this primer too. A little bit goes a long way. It's super concentrated. And the fifth and final brand that I never stray far from and I consistently use their products all the time is Essence. One of you was asking me the other day in the comments section where I buy the Essence long-lasting eye pencils that I'm always using. I get mine at Christmas Tree Shop, but Christmas Tree Shop isn't all over the entire country. But Essence, there's a huge display of Essence at Ulta, and some grocery stores, believe it or not, even carry Essence. None where I live, but a lot of you have told me that you have Essence at your local grocery store chain. So if you've never tried Essence, it's one of the most inexpensive makeup brands I've ever tried, but the quality is so good. I have some problems with eyeliners irritating my eyes, and their eye pencils don't do that. Even the ones with shimmer in them don't irritate my eyes, which is really unusual because when it comes to glitter and shimmer and things like that, I sometimes get problems with, you know, irritation. My eyes are really sensitive, but these long-lasting ones are so good. And then they have other lines of eye pencils that are equally good. It's just that when I get used to using certain products, sometimes I don't stray from it. So I'm always alternating between this one and Hot Chocolate that I have on today, and then the black one is called Black Fever. I think they only have 2 other shades in this line. I want to start using my colored eye pencils more often because it's just fun and it's pretty to, you know, use the colors and everything, but I don't know. I just tend to reach for either black or brown most often, but Essence makes great eye pencils. And then I had bought this Essence Luminous Matte Bronzing Powder in the shade Sunshine. I had bought this, I don't know, a month or 2 ago. And it's a nice bronzer and everything, but what I discovered by accident one day, I started using it as a transition shade for my eyeshadows. And this is such a great transition shade because it just has the most beautiful, soft, blendable texture to it. And the color, for me, is just about right. I mean, it goes on so that you can see it, but the more you blend it, it just, you know, blends into my skin. But this is an eyeshadow transition shade for me is what this is. But Essence has loads of other really great products. Their blushes are fantastic. They have a lot of good products. Their eyeshadows are kind of hit and miss for me. Honestly, I've bought tons of Essence eyeshadows over the years, and sometimes they're really good, and then other times, not so much. So if you just want like a sure thing, I would get any of the blushes. If you're interested in trying this as a transition eyeshadow, that works great for me. The eyeliners, the lipsticks are nice too. The lip liners are really good too. But they have a lot of really good products, so definitely if you've never tried Essence, you need to try them. So these are the 5 brands that when they come out with new products, I really want to try them. Don't really buy a lot of MAC and Urban Decay though, just because of financial reasons, but I really love all 5 of these brands so much, and I will probably never ever stop buying from any of these 5 brands for very long, no matter how many new things come out. So I hope you enjoyed this video, something a little different. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Thanks for watching.